Welcome to the Unfolding You podcast. I'm Erin Smylie Walsh, and I'm thrilled to invite you on a transformative journey of self-discovery and faith. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Unfolding You podcast with me, your host, Erin Smylie Walsh. And I hope you've been enjoying the episodes that have been coming out, because I've thoroughly enjoyed creating them for you. And just thanks again so much for all the feedback that I've also received from those of you that have been listening for a while. If it's your first time tuning in, welcome. And I really hope today's episode encourages you. Today, I really want to speak to the moms, because it's a season of life that we often feel quite overwhelmed in, but also where we almost feel like we just become obsolete in a lot of things. And I really want to encourage you today. So the episode is entitled The Gift of Presence, and that's capturing memories with your children. Because I think it's just something we forget to do when we're in the grindstone. We capture so many memories of our children, but we forget to actually be present in the memory we are busy creating. So the scripture I really want to talk around today is from Psalm 90, verse 12, and it's from the NIV version. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. And it's just this, we don't know how long our time here on the physical earth is. But in being present, we really are wanting to be physically positioned with our children and in those moments with them. We're not here to just raise them. We're here to raise and be present in life with them. So I've broken it up into a couple of segments, and my first point is the mother's mirror. And I think social media has really warped our idea of the ideal mom, because we've got this fuel trap of perfection where people position motherhood as this like Instagrammable moment, like I'm literally winning at life. And the reality is you're not. It's all staged. Your house is a mess, but in that little corner, you've created this perfection. And I really want to encourage you today, do not look to social media for your role models in motherhood based on how perfect everything looks. Because the reality is it's not a sustainable one. Okay, so I think for us, it's really just this sense of like we're being trapped by this perfection. And we haven't actually been called to be perfect as mothers. We've been called to disciple our children in the ways of the Lord, not in the ways of the world. So just remember that. I think we all have these moments where we feel like we got to show up with utter perfection. And if we look tired, if we haven't washed our hair because we're slumming life right now, we can't be in the moment. with our children. So, and I want you to start taking a step back and going like every moment in your child's life is a moment with you in it. And it's a moment they're going to remember with you in it or with you observing it. And like, what runs through your mind when you think of putting your phone down or stepping into a picture frame with your kids? Because I think we live our lives so much on the outside, like we're looking in versus being on the inside looking out. We're so worried we're going to miss out on a moment. We're going to miss out on the memory, but yet of our children, not of us in it. I still love the anticipation of film cameras when we were kids, and we would have to take photos, and then we would have to get them developed, and then we'd wait. And if the film was not complete, we'd have to wait for the next occasion or element that we were going to take a photo of. And I think the difficulty now is it's so instant that our scrutiny of ourselves is just as instant. Because we go, oh no, take that photo again because I don't look good, or this angle's not right. And we're mirroring what society is perceiving to be desirable versus creating a life with our children that works for our family, not based on anyone else. The second point I want to remind you of is looking through your child's eyes. You know, your imperfections mean absolutely nothing to them. Nothing. Your presence means everything to them. Like, we've got these moments where we as moms go like, oh, I haven't lost the additional weight I've put on from my pregnancy. My legs don't look good in this in the Inspire shorts. I haven't got any makeup on. My hair's not like the best it should be. Oh, I haven't got my nails done yet. I can't be in the photo. And we look at it so wrong because we look at everything like we're not good enough for. But if we look at ourselves through our children's eyes, we're utter perfection, especially when they're younger. The delight that they have in those small moments of you like reading a bedtime story, of you finger painting with them, when you just jump in the pool with them, like you're just playing sport in the garden with them, jumping on the trampoline, you're just like reading with them, you're just lying on the couch watching a movie with them. There's no other focused attention other than them in that moment. There's no distraction. And we lead a life of just such distraction. And I really want to invite you to like recall a memory that just like delights you. We have so many memories as kids, like of moments, but I look at them through my girls at the moment and I go, you know, my mom was an avid gardener. And so my mom would deadhead the flowers with us in the garden. And we'd be in the garden with her and the flower beds and deadhead them and all of that. And yet I look at my girls now and they're the ones that are deadheading the flowers and the reseeding because it's like passed down. And like those are key memories that like just connect them to my mom. But because they're doing it, it connects me to her and the childhood memory we have. And just it's that presence and that intentionality that we position in those moments with them. I want to encourage you to pause, close your eyes, and picture when your child is the most happiest with you. It's just utter joy that just streams from their face. And try and be present in that continually. Think of that core moment of happiness, and in those elements, try and be there in that with them, because that will be a memory that they will continue to think of with you. Thirdly, I really just want to anchor it back to what the Lord has said to us. Like, children are a heritage from the Lord. It's Psalm 127, verse 3. And I feel like that is where the enemy really like comes to just try and like steal our attention away, because we are raising the next generation of God-fearing leaders. We are the ones that are creating foundations in our children to lead their children and their families. And like, what are we putting into our kids? What are we being present in our children? And I am even challenged with this, because I think I do not want to lose any time in raising the best humans I possibly can to walk in their divine purpose with the Lord. That is my job as their mom. Like, being present is an act of worship and stewardship of the gift that we have been given through our children. Like to think that your children have been given to you to be nurtured and cared for and raised, because the Lord could not have thought anyone else to do a better job than you in raising them. And the Lord delights in our imperfect offering of time and love. It does not need to be perfect. It does not need to be like elaborate. It just needs to be authentic and real and present for our babies. So let's think of practical ways that we can actually capture memories. And these are like some actionable tips that you can actually use in your day-to-day. Micro moments. Commit to one uninterrupted 5-minute play session with your kid. Whether it is doing something that they love, whether it's painting, whether it's hitting the hockey ball with them, whether it's building puzzles. Willow and I are like puzzle machines. We love a puzzle. And one of the things that I've actually done and put in my lounge is a fold-out table. It takes up space, but it is a way of connection, because we'll put a puzzle out there and the two of us build, and then Liam and Elle will maybe like join us every now and again. But those are our micro moments. Those are the moments we decompress. We can color in, we can build Lego, we can play with her magnetic tiles, but like that for her is just the most amazing time to decompress. And often she will just say, come Mom, let's start a puzzle. Come Mom, let's color in. And I just so value that. Memory prompts. These are, if we ask, like, what was the favorite thing we did today? And I always feel like your kids speak the most in the bath and just before they're going to go to bed. They all of a sudden have the most amount of stuff to say when it comes to bedtime. But I do feel like they tell me so much of their day at bedtime because it's almost like cathartic and like, let me just like decompress my whole day and then I can sleep well. Or if something's really been bothering them, they can just like lay it all out before bedtime. These unfiltered photos, like schedule one just us photo shoot, no filters, no hair and makeup, just real. Like true, authentic, in the moment. It doesn't even need to be professional. Just like you're in that moment and you grab your phone and you take a photo of the two of you. Those are the moments that I cherish so much with my parents, not having them there, but especially my mom. And I love this legacy letters. And I really want to start encouraging myself to do it more, but I try and do it specifically at birthdays and write a really beautiful, like a full-on intentional card to my girls over birthdays and stuff. But some people do emails, email addresses, and they write their children emails. They type them letters. It's nothing like a handwritten letter, and just that I just find so special. Just the intentionality of like a memory minute is what I've called it, but like just in the moment, just take a pause and like capture everything that is happening around you, especially with your children. When on the day of their birthday or at a hockey match or doing something that is just like out of the ordinary and like they've really pushed themselves out of that, just take that in. Not with a phone, just with your memory, and be present in that. I like this. We use one day a lot. We've got this one day mindset and we really need to overcome it. And this is my fifth point is we've got this when I'm ready mindset that actually steals away from the present. When I've lost 5 kilos and I can wear that dress, then I'll do the photos. When I've done this, then I'll start the business. When I get my hair colored, then we can take the photo. And it's really stealing that present moment. And it's teaching our children that the current is not good enough. It has to be better. Have you ever thought of that? Just like let that land a little bit. Because the more we put down the present, the more they think it's not good enough. And I think we have these moments of just like regret, of not like leaning into it and making that a treasured memory because we weren't ready. And I must say that the things I remember with my mom is I have no regrets. Like my parents were so present in the moment. And I think this is honestly a joy of being able to grow up in an age where we had no social media, we had no 24/7 TV, we had to play outside, we had minimal distractions that was competing for our time. How can we move ourselves back to that as parents? So I want to challenge you to pick one thing that you've been waiting for. One thing. Losing the next 5 kilos until your kitchen's done, when you've got a restful morning, when you have a less busy calendar, and just do it. Because the reality is that time may never come. It may never come. It may be another 5 years from now, and then your children are out of the house. And then what? Live the best you can now, with no regrets, with no what ifs, and just live in the moment. So I just want to, in closing, remind us like presence over perfection, memories over measuring the level of memory or the moment of the memory, because the memory is the present. And I really just want to encourage you to share this with friends of yours that are struggling with this as well, because it's not a case of it's only me. And if we've got this community and even if it's just one friend that we're being accountable with, of being in the moment with, they'll keep us in that space with our kids. So I really want to just pray for you that that the Lord helps you create this mindfulness and being grateful for every day that you have to be a mom. Every day that you get to teach and disciple your children. Every day that you get to mirror the image with which you are created by our Creator. Not something that you have to try and live up to, because we are all made perfect in His image. And that is our job as parents, to encourage our children to live that way too. So I encourage you, as you go into the week, as you lead your little babies, that you can be a present mom, capturing in the moment memories with them, not what will be later. Have a good day. Bye.